Sometimes when we think about the earth and climate change and everything, it just seems so overwhelming, doesn't it? But why don't we extend our compassion and our prayers for Mother Earth? Who is our mother more than Earth, really? As even being part of the collection of humanity and not necessarily knowing how it can all play out, but having this belief that our prayers are working some magic somewhere. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's some billionaire that decides, you know, maybe I'm not going to make it to Mars if it all goes down. Maybe I better start protecting the environment. That bunker sucks, actually. That bunker I paid 500 million for, I'm not going to like it. Not a pleasant place. Yes, yes, distant Reiki healing. Totally. Yes, totally. It is like that. Totally. And, you think, oh, I don't know how I can affect change. With Mother Earth, we can do things to help her. So I think it is praying for all of humanity to um, start to heal the earth, like praying for our collective species, but also then wanting to take suffering away from her a little bit at a time in the way that we can. Like in relation to our own capacity, what can we do? Thinking about some actions that we could take, changes. It could be just I'm not going to buy disposable water in water bottles. I'm going to get those fancy Stanley cups or whatever. That would make a big difference in the whole course of a lifetime if you suddenly turned away from that one activity. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. When I go shopping on Sundays in the summer, we're going to walk there instead. Or you know what I mean? Whatever is within our capacity, we're really wanting to take suffering away from our mother. Really is like our mother. You She bears us all up. And I tried to see if Buddha talked about Earth as our mother. He didn't specifically ever use that language, but other Buddhists have, like Thich Nhat Hanh. He likes calling her Mother Earth, and he has a lot of meditations about this. But Buddha did say Earth is our witness. Earth is our witness. It knows everything we do. It's affected by everything we do. And if we're interconnected in this web of life, she is the one that holds this whole web up, you know. And everything we do, in Buddhism, we think that everything we do affects all the rest. We can't fully see it or appreciate or understand it. We can know that somehow everything we do affects all the rest. We're interconnected. We're interbeing, Thich Nhat Hanh likes to say. We live as interbeing. We talk about emptiness, um, things being empty of existing independently of the mind, but of other things, of everything, interdependence. But Thich Nhat Hanh likes to call it interbeing, which is really interesting because it's not just a view. Like we sometimes think it's just my eyes seeing reality, emptiness, ultimate reality. Everything is a projection of my mind. But it isn't just that, it's interconnectedness, actually. Things don't exist independently, we're all connected. And enlightenment is just realizing this interconnection fully. and directly, not intellectually, but fully and directly. We are experiencing interbeing at that point. And he goes on, actually explains. So emptiness is like, you know, I don't want to go too deep down this rabbit hole because we could, but it's just like perceiving reality actually as it is. And that's the whole awakening bit. Compassion motivates us to awaken to reality and live in reality, live beyond duality. But it is something that Thich Nhat Hanh describes as interbeing. And I love the way he describes it. He says, if you look at a piece of paper, like if you have a piece of paper near you, do you guys have any piece of paper near you? I have this little inspiration guide. It's actually for a portable ring light, but still. I look at this. I look at this piece of paper. So as you look at this piece of paper, do you see the cloud in this paper? Because the trees could not exist without the clouds and the rain and the sunshine. The cloud is in there. The rain and the sunshine, it's all in there. He said, actually, if you look at this piece of paper, everything is in here. You're in here. I'm in here. Everything's in here because we're all interbeing. That's a cool way of looking at emptiness, interdependence, interbeing. I know. Don't worry, you won't get it right away. And you'll hear it, and it's like you get it a little bit. And every time you get this interbeing concept or emptiness concept a little bit, it makes your life better. That's what I've experienced. But it's eventually that we experience it in a non-dual way, that is our reality. That everything is in me and everything is in you. Everything's in this piece of we're all interbeing. Hmm. So let me share actually how he said it. Because I didn't say it as well as him and I know it. But I'm just going to share this beautiful quote. In one sheet of paper, we see everything else: the cloud, the forest, the logger. I am, therefore you are. You are, therefore I am. That is the meaning of the word interbeing. We enter are. We enter are. Oh, you are, I am. We enter. If you are, I are. Not grammatically correct, but you get the idea. We enter are, we're interbeing. I know, isn't that so beautiful? It's so warm and it's just a different experience of what we think of when we talk about this wisdom realizing reality. Kind of seem like, oh, but this is warm and connected. And that's also what it is, you know? So I thought that we would try our meditation on taking and giving. We did taking and giving for animals last week. And you'll do taking and giving lots and lots of times because it is just, well, for one, it's my favorite meditation. So there you go. But it also has both components of like meta, where you're wishing, has that. But I am going to do a little bit of a twist on it. So the meditation is going to be where this time, normally when you're doing taking giving, you're breathing suffering away, right? And you breathe out happiness. You can do it like that, like in a meditation or just in daily life. You can just go around breathing. Oh, you're having a bad day. Breathing in their suffering, breathing out happiness. May you be well. May you be peaceful. It's the meta side, may you be well. That breathing out is giving by means of love. But I'm gonna kinda turn it on its head just a little bit because I think that we should reflect on what we're given by Mother Earth, like breathing in. The oxygen fills our lungs, a gift from the trees and the oceans. Breathe it in. We breathe in all the healing of Mother Earth, you know? You breathe in that peacefulness, that stillness that always is, right? So we're going to breathe in good things. So as we're breathing in, you're just going to and try to feel this gratitude as we're breathing in, you know? Mother Earth gives us water to drink, food to eat. You know, everything actually that we enjoy is dependent on this earth and environment that we take for granted. Mm. So just, you're going to reflect on what you want to because it's all quiet, but you're going to breathe in and take in the things that you enjoy from earth and feel gratitude for it. The healing from the waters that I drink and that I bathe in. Bathing is a big plus. Like if we lived in the Sahara, we'd have a lot less bathing, perhaps. Well, like if it was the zombie apocalypse and we lived in the Sahara, there'd be way less bathing. Okay. But we take it for granted that there's these beautiful waters that we can. And the problem with taking it for granted is that people take it for granted, and now our waters are being poisoned. They're not thinking ahead for future generations, that there could come a time. I mean, I remember when my friend was telling me, well, she's like she comes to class, so she's been in my classes for like 20 years, but she is like this big environmental person. She's like a environmental um lobbyist. She's always gone to Washington and she's like one of the few that are lobbying for the environment. There's like her and a couple other people, and there's just not much of that lobbying for the environment. And she would tell me years ago, she's like, yeah, there is flesh eating bacteria in the water we swim in. Nobody's, putting it out there, but it's increasing. Mm. I thought, oh God. And now, years later, you start hearing about it, right? Oh, yeah, it's in Florida, it's in Minnesota. Sure, it's Canada has nice water still, I feel, but maybe not in the big cities. No. But it's happening. So many places you're hearing about this flesh-eating bacteria, which is the product of too much like nitrogen coming from, people over fertilizing and things like this. And it's increasing to the point where they can't hide it anymore. They can't just, you know, try to sweep it under the rug like they used to, you know. She couldn't get anyone to publish an article on it, of the cases of it happening. Her organization tracked it, but they wouldn't they wouldn't put it out there. Now it's out there and increasing. Wouldn't it be so sad, I thought, if I can never what if a time came where I couldn't swim in the water around me? Like, I live in this water wonderland. And like, so many magical things that have happened to me in my life revolve around water. Like, I was on the beach and the sea turtles hatched, and they were going I saw them going to into the water. Like, what were the chances of that? And then one time I was swimming in biophosphorescence. You know what that is? Like, it's like glowing algae, but it looks like stars. It looks like literally like stars in your hair as it gets in your hair. And then when you run your hand through the water, it's like you see it light up the trail behind your hand. It's magic. What are the chances that when I'm young and dumb enough to swim in the water at night, I happen to be at the right place at the right time in Sarasota with my college friends? So many magical things. My close encounter with the manatee. Thing is, so many of my favorite moments in life involve water because I do live in this water. Minnesota is the place of 1,000 lakes. So you're very watery, and it's very watery here. If you haven't, you've been, Catherine, right, to Florida. Have you been to Florida yet? It is. It's like a water wonderland. And that is some of the most tragic imaginings for me is thinking our water is getting more and more polluted. Dispute like the resource of Florida. Like everything would go bad, and yet it's still being polluted. You drive through the Everglades and you see fields of what do you call it? Like sugar cane still. And just it's like smoking, like I don't know what they're doing to it. I guess they're processing it or something, like smoking fields, and it's not good. It's all not good. So there are things I think that we can do just little by little, whatever to our capacity we can do with things that we care about. Because, like, you know what? I'm going to look for like a coastal cleanup because I can combine kayaking, which I love, with thinking about my love of this beautiful water, just cleaning it up. So think of things that give you joy and that are to your capacity to do in love and compassion to our Mother Earth, in the meditation. So we breathe in all the things we're grateful for. And just be thinking about it. Like you think, oh, I love beautiful sunsets. And I breathe in the peace I feel watching beautiful sunsets, all the things that you just adore about Mother Earth. Like, oh, Mother Earth, I love you. And you're just breathing it in. All the wonderful qualities and experiences she's given you, just breathing in. And then when we breathe out and we're focusing on the exhalation instead, you're going to imagine, well, I guess we should do the rays of light now that I think about it. So breathe in all the healing things you get from Mother Earth, and then breathing out, be those prayers, that light are those prayers. May you have healing. May others come to care about your well-being. May those in power have wisdom, realizing, interbeing. You know, whatever you want to send out in rays of light, all those rays of light are prayers. It's like, may you be happy. Earth, may you be happy. Because if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. And that can't be more true than with Mother Earth. She gets mad. I mean, honestly, like, I think about this, because Missy and I, like, little Mrs. and Mrs. Doolittle kind of with animals and everything. Like, animals have diseases that come through, and like, Earth just thins them out, like, I don't know. There are just things that animals get. It'll be like a, a so what's the word for it? They probably used it during the pandemic. Sco- an animal pandemic. We have these animal pandemics, right? And it just happens, it's like that's Mother Nature's way of thinning out populations that overburden it for other populations to live. And I think, uh-oh, she gives us a few slaps every once in a while. But we're not exempt from that natural process. It's like we are one of these animals. And that's why we have pandemics and things like this probably to thin us out. What if Mother Earth says, "You suck. You're like worse." I mean, the dinosaurs really didn't do anything that bad. No, but really, really, we could be our own demise, you know? And so praying for people to have wisdom to understand this. Who knows who we might wake up? Like Tina woke up the next day and somehow at work she's thinking about Bluebell, who's now called Lotus Blue or Lola for short, or Lolo for short. Isn't that fun? Lotus Blue. I know. I love that. Lola. Isn't that cute? Or Lolo. Mm, so cute. So who knows, what our prayers will do. But I just wanted to bring that up, the power of prayer, so that we can feel hopeful, that there is hope. We do our little bit and then we impact others around us. And then who knows what our prayers do, shifting things, you know? Some weird guy in a bunker who is also a billionaire says, nah, nah, this AC is not working that great. And my projected mountains really don't do the trick. I must save this planet. The thing is, humans are so amazing that if we had the wish to reverse this damage, we still have a window to do it. The window will not last forever, scientists tell us, but we are resourceful. If we put our mind to something as a species, man, we are getting it done. We just have to change our minds, actually. Okay, so let's try our taking and giving for Mother Earth. You want to get nice and comfortable. And you can turn off your video if you like. However you're comfortable. Check that your back is nice and straight, but relaxed and comfortable. Your eyes are closed. Breathe through your nostrils and allow the rhythm of your breath to slow down. Feel your belly gently rising with every inhalation because you breathe from deep in your diaphragm. Breathe and relax. Begin this meditation by imagining you're alone in a place on this earth that you find so beautiful, a place you find so peaceful and inspiring. Try to visualize it as clearly as you can. This peaceful place. As you breathe in the peace and the healing you receive from this beautiful place that just appears on earth. Feel it relaxing your body. And remaining in this beautiful place, this peaceful place. Imagine that as you breathe in, you think of the beautiful things, the life sustaining things you receive from Mother Earth. Oxygen from the trees and the oceans, sustaining your breath. Breathe in this oxygen and feel grateful. Breathing in, you can think, thank you, Mother Earth, for this breath. You can imagine Mother Earth giving you healing breath. Breathing in, she heals us. The earth allows the sun to shine its light on us, provides an atmosphere so that it doesn't burn too hot. Breathe in this light, this golden light, imagining that light healing you. And we feel grateful for the sun and the warmth. Breathing in, you can thank Mother Earth for the waters that sustain us, cleanse us, become part of our body day in and day out. And for the last 30 seconds, that we focus on breathing in, taking in Mother Earth's bounty and thanking her for it. Contemplate those things that you're especially grateful for. Beautiful sunsets, beautiful food, nourishing food, whatever it is for you. And now imagine that at your heart, in the center of your chest, your heart chakra, your heart begins to glow like the sun is inside your chest. And from every pore in your body, send out rays of light in every direction, each one a prayer of healing for the earth. May you be well. Without infinite rays, wishes for healing the waters, the earth, the atmosphere. Keep sending out infinite rays of light, each one a prayer. May you be peaceful. For the last minute, keep sending out rays of light. But imagine there's something special that you particularly want to offer to the earth, some special healing, praying for clean water, stop global warming, whatever it is. Send out those rays of light, each one a prayer. Gently allow any visualization to fade from your mind. Relax your concentration and become aware of the room around you again, and arise from your meditation.